This is not accurate. Sports require a lot of dynamic training as well as balance, stability, and flexibility. And he goes on to explain that bodybuilding training does not achieve this because you don't use a lot of free weights and you mostly use isolation lifts and machines. And this is in response to a video I made where I said that all muscle is muscle. There's no such thing as show muscles, and even if you train like a bodybuilder, it's still going to be pretty functional. But here's the thing, muscle doesn't know how it was built. Your body just uses it once you have it. And muscle moves in two ways. A muscle lengthens and it contracts. That is it. And when you're seeing someone move dynamically, you're seeing a combination of individual muscles lengthening and contracting. So if you strengthen those individual muscles through bodybuilding techniques, you are still going to be overall stronger. But he does bring up a good point. You can't just train like that, like a bodybuilder, and expect to be better at your sport. What you need to do is constantly reinforce the motor pathways that are hyper specific to your activity. Because what happens when you take a lot of time away from your sport to lift is your body is now used to playing that sport in a completely different body. It might think you're 20 pounds lighter and significantly less strong. And so when you come back to the sport, you have to do a lot of work to actually build back the motor pathways with the new strength and size that you have to actually apply it to the sport that you're playing. And in the short term, it'll probably make you a little bit worse at your sport. But in the long term, once you've developed those motor pathways back, having that muscle and having that strength will be significantly more helpful than not having it in every case. So having muscle, again, is muscle. Muscle is muscle. It is helpful. But I will say, again, if you are a high-performing athlete, you do need to do other training. I don't disagree with that, but my whole point is just that bodybuilding training and adding muscle for the sake of adding muscle is still very functional and way more functional than it gets credit for.